Introducing Passport Bros, your ultimate travel companion. Download the app for free and embark on a journey where your adventures not only become unforgettable memories, but also opportunities to earn. With Passport Bros, your travel content is more than just photos and videos. It's your ticket to a fully monetizable network of like-minded adventurers. Imagine making money from your travel stories. Post videos, share your experiences, and let the world be a part of your journey. But that's not all. Connect with travelers from around the globe, join co-ed groups, and make lasting friendships, perhaps even with foreign women who share your passion for exploration. And here's the best part. Store your earnings securely in your Passport Bros wallet. No hassle, no worries. Just seamless transactions wherever your travels take you. Looking for the best local experiences? Passport Bros has got you covered. Get personalized recommendations for tour guides, rentals, and the hottest clubs in town. Did we mention the app is absolutely free to download? That's right. Your passport to a world of adventure is just a click away. And here's the cherry on top. With Passport Bros, you can make money while exploring new places. Turn your passion for travel into a source of income, right from your mobile device. So, what are you waiting for? Download Passport Bros now, share your journey, connect with fellow explorers, and let the adventure begin.
Download now on the App Store and Google Play.
All right, family. We are live. Welcome to another show. It is your man BNT, and we have a lot to discuss tonight. At this point, I think it is safe to say all right, let me do that. Let me do that one more time, man. I don't know why the mic was muted. I shouldn't have been muted. But welcome to the show, guys. We're going to have a great show for you guys tonight. Welcome everybody in the room. What's good, Ozzy? What's good? What's good? What's good, Jason? Is Jay Clyde in the house? Yeah, I don't know why my mic just happened to mute all of a sudden. Maybe it's the haters. All right, but we got a lot to talk about today. On this show, we're going to be discussing the White Lotus. Now, at this point, I believe it is safe to say that the Passport Bros has gone beyond viral. Okay, it's a worldwide phenomenon at this point. All right, we was mentioned not directly, but we was mentioned in the show White Lotus, and because of that, a lot of spin-off articles was written about the Passport Bros. One from a pretty big publication. Now, I know you guys are familiar with Men's Health. So they wrote an article, and I think somebody writes an article, and maybe they sell it to other publishers or something like that. But I know we used to have Men's Health magazines. It's a pretty big brand. So they mentioned they wrote an article about the Passport Bros, and then it was also on AOL as well. What up, SMWH? So we're going to discuss it. We're definitely going to talk about it. We're going to welcome everybody into the room. We got 30 in the room. Guys, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Come on in the room. What up, Jay Clyde? It's always in the building. All right. But if you guys aren't familiar with the White Lotus show, it's one of the most popular shows, I believe, on Netflix. I believe it might have topped one of the number one streamers. White Lotus basically is like a mini series, and they talk about pretty much Westerners living overseas, and these, of course, on this resort. and you know, the trial and tribulations that they go through in these other countries. So the first season, I believe, was in Hawaii. They had one in Italy, if I'm not mistaken. And this season, they're actually in Thailand. They've been shooting in Phuket and Bangkok. All right. So we're gonna get to that in a moment. Now, before we get to that, I gotta point this out real quick. This is hilarious right here. Hold on. I know you guys been seeing this. This has been being shared in the group a lot, all over Facebook, all over social media. Oh, let me pull this up. I know you guys been seeing these action figures. Hold on. I know you guys have been seeing these action videos. Yeah, I was on mute earlier. Sorry about that. I cut that out. But hold on, let me put this up. Where we at? Yeah, I was removing some stuff. There we go. Hold on, family. Let me see if I pull it up. There we go. All right, so I know you guys been seeing these action figures. I guess you want to call them action figures. That's been going around Facebook and Instagram. I still don't know exactly what app the guys are using, but it's pretty funny. I'm assuming it's some type of AI app that does these. So it's hit the travel space. I'm just gonna go through a couple of them. Some of them have been hilarious. They even got me on one of them. Hold on. All right, so you can see, get the Russian if we can. All right. So these guys been going ham, but this is the one that kind of, I want to say, kind of went mini viral. It was the first Passporbros one. All right, somebody shared it in the app. All right. That's another Passporbros one. This one right here is kind of hilarious. Hold on. A Scopolamine queen action figure. All right. Yeah, they've been going ham with it. It's kind of a little too much because they've been posting them almost every day for the last week or so. But they get funnier and funnier. I'm not gonna lie. Some stereotypes, of course, but it's pretty funny if you ask me. Like I said, that's the Scopolamine one. That's the Passport Sis Starter Kit one. I have no idea who's coming up with this stuff, bro. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's different guys, but this shit is hilarious. All right, the Plantation Pete. All right, the Plantation Bro. And it's so funny, man. I had no idea when I came up with that term, Plantation Bro, that it would be kind of cemented in the lexicon of, YouTube talks and hashtags, the Plantation Bros. I really was just joking when I made that title. Actually, in actuality, that's when the Passporbros came up too, because I put it in the title. All right. We got 41 in the room, guys. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. For some reason, I can't hear you share your referral link. I don't know why. All right. But that Plantation Bro one is hilarious. That shit is hilarious. All right. We got the About to Be Scope in Medellin starter pack. Yeah, these AI images are getting out of pocket, bro. It's getting a little too much. But some of them are funny. They're still being funny. I'm pretty sure there's somebody creating one right now. It's funny they got Angie in the background. They got Laisla right there. Bro, I'm from the streets. I know how to move. If that's not the truth, you got his cash right there, his gold chain, his Gucci shirt, his Tusi, his Tinder profile. That's probably one of the funniest ones. I'm not gonna lie. Even though it's not a funny situation, it's one of the funnier ones. All right, that's good for Pago. All right, the Western Union Poppy. All right. This is probably the best one, the Kevin Samuels action figure. Now, actually, people might actually buy this one as a collector's item. Rest in power to my man Kevin Samuels. Somebody said BMT said, no. Trust me, I was the first one that said Plantation Bro and Passporbros. All right. And it's funny, man, because I'd be saying even more terms in like the Facebook group and the WhatsApp groups, But no, I'm not like Soldier Boy saying I'm the first to do this, first to do that. All right, so this is the one that originally went viral right here. As far as the first Passport, bro. This is hilarious. Somebody say your homeboy made that. Listen, I don't be knowing who be making these. I thought it was one of my homeboys that made this beast. He claimed he didn't make it, but it looked just like him. All right. Passport bro, hater action figure. Hey, yo, now, this is a funny one right here. So we need a Soy 6 Succubus action figure. All right. And somebody got me too. Somebody got me too. All right. And I swear it was one of my homeboys, but he said he didn't do it. But that's supposed to be supposedly me. That's supposedly me right there. So yeah, that's what's been going viral. A lot of posts in the Facebook groups. Does that even look like me? Yeah, it's supposed to be me. I guess it does look like me a little bit. I don't know why they got the rubbish right there, but they're trying to be funny. All right. Black YouTuber, Passporbros, the world is ours. Come on, man. All right. Somebody said, was that travel time with Paul without the hat? It might have been. It looked like travel time with Paul. That's exactly how travel time with Paul looked, too. That's exactly how he looked. Somebody said, on probation, I'm paying child support, no passport. Hey, but this one right here got to be one of the funniest right here, bro. This one has to be one of the funniest. It's so funny that I just saw a video on one of the, I believe it's the Scopolamine Facebook group, and a guy got scoped. I think he was in not Cali, Bogota. He was in Bogota, and I don't know why. He said he saw a milky substance at the top of his whatever drink he was drinking. If you see any type of milky substance or you notice it, I know I was told by a street cat to always go with your first mind. It's better to err on the side of caution when it's considered about, when it's your life is involved. So if you notice something that's in your drink, but you still drink it because you don't want to be maybe rude, or you don't want to seem like you're uncomfortable, you want to seem like you're comfortable in your environment, that's kind of on you. Like, he literally saw the milky substance on the top of his drink and still drunk it. I might see if I can find that post real quick. Let me see if I can find that. Let me see if I can find that post. I might can find it. Hold on. Let me read it for y'all, because it doesn't make sense, because obviously he had, some reservations about drinking it, but still drunk it for some reason. I don't understand why he would. Oh, let me see if I can find that post. Where's that post at? Hold on, family. I should have shared it in the group. Let me see if I can find the scroll here for a little minute. Okay, we got guys posting in the app, in the group. Okay. Where is that post? I know I posted, saved it. 1 second, fam. I had it queued up. Damn, that must be a shooting. But is that it? What's that group called? Medellin Scope Victims. Let's see. Where's that thing going? Maybe I just check the groups. All right, here you go. Colombian Scopolamine victims. All right. Here we go. Let me share this post real quick. All right. Let me share this post. Hold on. Now, here we go. It says, I was drugged today in the red zone in Bogota. I ordered a coffee and was given a cup with half milk, half coffee, with a barely noticeable but distinctive film sitting on the top. A barely noticeable but distinctive film sitting at the top. But if you noticed it, it wasn't barely noticeable, if you could see it. I started to take a sip and the film stuck to my lips and I spit it out. I was suspicious, but thought it was cream from the milk as it was super fatty. Obvious now that no one gives someone that much cream for free. So I guess they offered him to this for free. And I remember my guy Jay was telling me, we went to Central one day, we were looking for a laptop. And I remember him telling me, he said, do not accept any drinks. Matter of fact, he didn't tell me when we was in the little shop, it's like a little electronics mall down there in Central. And we was waiting on them to fix the laptop or whatever they were doing, and they offered us like some sodas or some juices or something like that. And I almost jumped mine. And my boy Jay was like, hey, no, we good. We accepted it, but we didn't drink it in front of it, and then we threw it away once we left their little shop. All right, let me continue. I almost sent it back originally because I didn't want milk. I let it sit and started watching everyone. In total, I took 2 very small sips. What? After 8 to 10 minutes, I started feeling it. I stood up like a boat and walked out with the cup and started filming. Started looking for cops. I'm still feeling it now. I have never been this stoned since college. They put narcotics in it for sure. All right, so this is the video that he posted. All right, so I guess he's one of these small little shops down there. So yeah, it's still going on, family. I guess that's him showing the coffee. Luckily, he got out of there. All right, so that's him in Bogota drinking some random little shop. That's crazy, man. Somebody said the Colombians are mad about one of them. The funniest is the Colombian chick asking money for her granny, but it's for her boyfriend. Oh, I hadn't seen that one day to CP. All right, guys, my first super chat of the day. Shout out to my man Scott cooking the building with a 5 super chat. Really appreciate that. It says, yo, BMT was good. I was just in the DR hanging with Dale, the travel DOC, the travel doc. Shout out my man Dale. They got Dale with an action figure too. All right. Oh, by the way, guys, this suncorn right now here in Thailand. I think in Pattaya it goes for a little longer, but it's a big, pretty much water fight, like a water festival. All right, to celebrate the New Year, Thai New Year. So you see, I got my gun right here. I mean, they are splashing everybody. Pattaya is like the longest one. So the pool parties. I mean, if you get on one of the bot buses, they're gonna soak you. So that's what's been going on out here. What's funny about this is I remember somebody, the Black Man's Option had like a group trip. What was it, a couple of years ago? I believe it was 2023, and they didn't know that it was suncorn, and they had no idea. So they was getting splashed up, wet up, not knowing that it's like a big water fight out here at this point. All right. Somebody said they singing happy to set up Ninja up for a loss. All right. What up, Kevin Johnson? He's also a million. No, I haven't seen the Big Boss one. It's so many, bro. I can't even keep up with. It's so many. Is it an app? It must be an app. It must be some type of app that they can do these little AI images, because it does look like the people to a certain degree. All right. All right, let's get this article real quick. All right, let's break down. Well, first, let's show the clip. And I appreciate that super chat by my man Scott Cook in the building. All right, so let's show. All right. Here we go. Now, this is a clip, fair use, YouTube, of the show The White Lotus.
Yeah, you'll notice a lot of bald white guys in Thailand. Yeah. The locals call them LBHs.
Cap.
Losers back home? Ah.
Come on,
Yeah,
man.
you'll notice a lot of bald white guys in Thailand. Yeah. The locals call them LBHs. Losers back home.
She just totally
Ah.
made that shit up to make herself feel better. She just totally made that shit up. The locals call them LBHs. Locals speak Thai. Why would they say a Thai term like that or American term? And they didn't have an acronym. Like that doesn't even make any sense. You know, acronyms is mostly like that's like a American thing. We do acronyms and all that. But just as like obviously she made that shit up. Or at least the writer for the character of that person, you know. Oh, those chat GPT images. I didn't know that. I thought it was like an AI app or something. But yeah, this is man, this is like, you know, I don't know how they tied this into the Passport Bros somehow. All right, let me play that clip one more time.
Yeah, you'll notice a lot of bald white guys in Thailand. Yeah.
She gotta put up all white guys.
The locals call them LBHs. Losers back home. Ah.
All right, so that little clip apparently spawned off this article. Let me put up this article. What up at your wife's house all day? All right, let me see. All right, so this is the article right here that was written. Now, it was kind of shared around. It was on AOL. It was on a whole bunch of other publications as well. All right. The White Lotus is reuniting the conversation around Passport Bros. All right, so that's the name of the article. Here's what we know, all right, about this real life phenomenon of Western men traveling all over the world to seek a specific kind of romantic connection. Now, we all know it's not just about that. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna play a little clip of an interview, not right now, but a little later on in the show, where me and Travelversity actually discuss, uh, you know, initially what Passport Bros was about. You know, it was never about necessarily romantic connections. It was more so about leaving the West and this inflation, all right, and this traumatizing news media cycle. It was just really about living the West and living a better life where your dollar, American dollar, goes further. That's what it really was about. You know, guys celebrating guys opening up businesses overseas, all right, and having more traditional relationships, all right. That's what it was originally about. But of course, what went viral was a little different, all right. It starts off saying, although you might not have heard of the Passport Bro before, and I think a lot of people have heard, it is just so crazy to me because I've been watching interviews, just random interviews with entertainers on different podcasts, all right, pretty big major platforms, and they will kind of throw shots at the Passport Bros for whatever reason, all right. Some are in favor. Some people like to take shots at it, but it just be random. The interviewer don't even ask anything about the Passport Bros. But it's just cemented in so many people's minds in America for whatever reason. All right. The term has gained traction on social media in recent years and now crossed over into TV's most popular show, The White Lotus. All right. This season, many of the American male guests staying at this fictional Thailand resort are accompanied by their younger, beautiful girlfriends and wives, earning them the nickname losers back home. Let me read that one more time. Right? How's that? So wait a minute. Is this a term that the locals say, or they're saying this? Let's read this one more time. This season, many of the American male guests staying at the fictional Thailand resort are accompanied by their younger, beautiful, and foreign girlfriends, earning them the nickname losers back home. How's that? How's that a loser back home? That's why they winning, in my opinion. A spin on the Passport Bro term. The difference, while men self-identify as Passport Bros in real life, on the White Lotus, LBH is used by locals to label them many bald white men in Thailand. That's so cap. According to Chloe, the girlfriend of Gary, whose bare head fits the description. All right, so this is all scripted. All right, this is 100% scripted. All right. All right, let me see what he said in the comment section. Okay. I think that's cat. I still think that's cat. All right, and people are talking about this Samuel Blackwell. I think his name Sam Rockwell. I think you've seen him. He's one of them B-list actors that you probably recognize his face, but don't necessarily know his name. It is clear from episode 1 that LBH is abound at a luxury resort, but perhaps no character, the passport bro, as much as Rick Walton Goggins, old friend of Frank, played by Sam Rockwell, who openly admits that he moved to Thailand because, in quotations, I always have things for the girls. All right. Now they go with their definition of what a passport bro is. They always going to break down definition, and for some reason they keep mentioning, and they also mention our Facebook group too. They mentioned the Facebook group, the private Facebook group, but for some reason they keep mentioning this little bootleg. I gotta get the site taken down, man. They keep mentioning this bootleg site of some brother in New Jersey who bootlegged the passport bros. It looked real janky. All right, he named it the official Passport Bros website, but we all know that's the Passport Bros app. So I'm gonna get that site taken down because it's real janky, like a little scammer site. All right, it says the term passport bro refers to Western men who head to another country with the purpose of dating. That's not true, and often marrying a woman of a different culture. The official Passport Bros website describes the practice as a specific mindset. That's stolen from me, by the way. And lifestyle choice adopted by men who have decided to pursue relationships with foreign women from different cultural backgrounds, often in countries outside of their own. While the passport label can be applied to plenty of men who don't identify as passport bros, self-identification is picking up steam. More on that later. Okay, that's all right. Somebody says either there's something they don't like about these women. Okay, this is Sally Tron. This is a doctor, so to say. She's a Seattle-based relationship therapist with a specialty in cultural identity. Okay, I don't know what that means. It's either there's something they don't like about these women or something they're not getting out of women in their own home countries. Where they go to other countries, generally where they have a lower cost of living, all right, that plays a big factor in it. Passport bros travel to countries where women are have fewer options. That's bullshit. And they find women there who they believe to be more traditional. They will cook and all that, and clean, and maybe be more subservient. All right. Is being a passport bro controversial? Cortez Smith makes a comment, says LBH loses back home is about white expats who go homeless in Asia. Is not about the women. All right. Uh-oh. What happened? Huh? Oh, damn! And it was in the vegetable. Okay. All right. Hmm? Get over here. All right, hold on. Let's get back to the article. See what you got to say. All right, being a passport bro controversial. The passport bro dynamic can be extremely exploitative. In other cultures, says Chung, mainly due to unequal power dynamics regarding finances and cultural influence. It's strange that they use manipulation so harshly as a tactic. It should be studied. It should really be studied how they use manipulation. All right, because most people in relationships don't necessarily make the same amount of money. All right, usually one or the other makes more money than the other. It's rare you get in a relationship with someone and you make 50,000 and they make 50,000 and all is just hunky dory. Okay, since we make the same amount of money, the relationship is great. That's usually not how it works. If this was how it works, divorce rates wouldn't be so high with women getting alimony and child support. All right, so it's all BS at the end of the day. As if the reason there's so many divorces is because people don't make the equal amount of money. People rarely make the same amount of money in a relationship. Bro. People are going to make, money ebbs and flows. In some moments, you might be the breadwinner. She might be the breadwinner. All right. So they're saying while plenty of couples have one partner who is the breadwinner, in a certain light, the financial inequity between a passport bro and his partner can seem as a way to exert control over the relationship because the stakes are higher. Not only do these women tend to lack financial independence, which is false, but they also have more to lose than their men. All right. This puts them in a position where it's either their best interest to do whatever is required to keep the passport bro happy because they think they owe it to him. These women, I guarantee this woman is single. Whoever wrote that, I guarantee whatever Dr. Sally, whatever her name is, I can guarantee she's miserable, single, right? Probably hates men, probably is a feminist. The power dynamic further reinforces the inherent belief that Western culture is superior. No, nobody's saying that Western culture is superior. Right. And it just goes on to say a bunch of BS. And they keep mentioning the bootleg ass website. We gotta get that. I gotta get that site taken down. Right. But they did mention the Facebook group. Now here we go. 2 different Facebook groups, one public, Passporbros group, and one private. That's our group. Passport groups have 18,000 and 25,000. That's me. That's us. 25,000 members, respectively. The private group is especially active with 10 plus posts a day, according to the social media platform. So they have researched the private Facebook group. This is why I tell you why it's important for us to have our own platforms, to have our own community. All right. They're doing research on the private Facebook group. This community has become a global phenomenon in every sense of the word. But what's fueling the rise of the Passport Bro online in its real life? While Chung hasn't personally seen a rise in the Passport Bro, she does feel the movement might overlap partially with incel culture. So now we incels. All right. Now we incels for exercising our options. And fueled by the mindset of I'm owed this and I'm not getting it from an American woman. Okay. Let's see what y'all got to say in the comment section. Shout out to my man at your wife's house all day. We here heavy, man. Guys, do me a favor, make sure you hit that like button. All right. And they keep mentioning and I guess the website is like their go-to when they Google and it pops up. All right. Now I've contacted that person on that particular website, and it's just like a little scammer website, basically. They're trying to say they're gonna do this and do that. It's just a bunch. So it's messed up that they mentioned the Facebook group, which is cool, but they also mentioned the scammer website as that's the one that we're all on. Most people don't even know about. Right? It's just them trying to sell little bootleg, little travel bags and stuff. They got a couple of little AI blogs on there. The Passport Bros website said they feel villainized by Western women and the media, and it has played a significant role in their self-identification. To shame, insult, guilt, and name call men simply for being men has unfortunately become normalized. Yeah, you know, Oprah started that bullshit. All right. Ultimately, for a healthy partnership to develop, any passport bro visiting another country should consider the women there as people, we do, who have something to teach them about the world they're living in. Yo, she's just, says Fitzpatrick, allowing for the potential of mutual understanding and respect. Okay? Well, that's the end of the article. I think it was a few clips in here. All right. It's the same old mix. It's the same old mix with the clips.
And as you guys know, I've been all over the world so far. I've been to Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, and now I'm in the Philippines. And I ain't gonna lie, these Filipino girls are hot. Now, a few things I like about the Filipino girls is one, they're super quiet and they're not loud. So when it comes to coming from where I come from, Brooklyn, New York, if you guys know anything about New York girls, they are super loud, obnoxious, and the Filipino girls are not like that. And me personally, if you guys see my page, you see me on YouTube, I'm extremely loud, I'm extremely outgoing, and out here, these girls
from New Jersey, they do be, man, they be masculine as hell up there in the north.
are so shy that it's like it compliments me very well. So if you're like outgoing, you're loud, and you know how to have a good time, these Filipino girls are gonna just be smiling like crazy. They're gonna be laughing, and they're gonna honestly love you. And the second thing I like about Filipino girls is you can see right now. I don't know if you can see on camera. I'm like a good 6 feet 6'1". On average, these girls are no more than like 5'4". So being a tall American, Filipino girls that are short is.
So I don't think this guy's even referring to himself as a passport bro. He just is a random traveler that they chose to put within the article. On TikTok, there are 25.5 million videos about Passport Bros. Let me say that one more time. On TikTok, there are 25.5 million videos about the Passport Bros. But many are critical of the lifestyle while some glorify it. It's a mixed bag on Instagram with 26.7 thousand Passport Bro posts. Okay?
You are not in an even playing field. That means we don't have to tolerate it, but we owe it to ourselves to be informed.
Okay, hold on. See what I say about this one. It just totally went off. Okay, hold on. All right, so we'll play that clip again. Okay, let's just keep shooting me out.
Growing up in the Philippines, you see Passport Bros all the time.
Growing up in the Philippines, here we go.
All the time. It's like normalized. Minsan pa nga pag may ating nakapangasawa ng AFAM, sinasabi nila, isang Pilipino na naman ang nakaahon sa hirap. Pero pag nakadating ka na sa Amerika, makikita mo talaga na hindi pantay ang tingin nila sa atin. Unfortunately, I'm literally holding your hand when I say this. At ang masasabi ko lang sa mga ate ko at sa mga tita ko na mag-a-AFAM dyan, always, always, always have an exit plan. Hindi lang para sa'yo, para din sa mga bata. Relationships like that have a clear power dynamic. You are not.
Wait a minute.
That means.
Wait a minute. They keep using that relationship is not on an equal plane. No relationship is on an equal playing field. Women typically date and marry up anyway. They just don't like the competition. That's all it is. So they're using manipulation tactics as if we got to find, as basically what she's saying, or what they're saying, even in the article. They're saying that you guys should be doing your W-2s together. And if you're not financially equal, then the relationship will have a power dynamic and you should end the relationship right away. So if she makes a couple $1,000s a year more than you, or you make a couple $1,000s more than her, there will be a power dynamic. as if there's always an unequal yoke. Like I said, most women marry up, and most women, when they divorce, they take all your money in America. What's the NBA player that just got? Shaman Shepard, I believe. He got bad. He didn't have a prenup. He got done really dirty. He lost a lot of money. All right, half of his wealth, his houses, his cars, his businesses. Okay, but they don't mention it then. They don't mention it then. Somebody say one woman's trash is another man's pleasure, is another woman's treasure. Right. Yeah, it's hypergamy, basically. It's hypergamy. And we know they like to practice that. Somebody say she's cute. Yeah, she's cute. Somebody said, at your wife's house all day, Panay women don't care about a man's height. Yeah, they're not big on height. Can you take care of me? That's what she's concerned with. All right. So that's the end of that article. I mean, it was pretty much, it wasn't necessarily a hit piece, but they did say this. They mentioned some negative quotations from, some so-called psych doctor, all right, who all she's doing is doing the manipulation tactics, the shaming tactics, the guilty tactics. Like I said, it's not logical. It doesn't make sense. I don't know why they're so triggered. Like I said before, women in the States basically want a pool of simps to be at their disposal, right? And when that pool starts to shrink up, they'll be using any tactics that they can use to shame it, to make other guys not want to participate in this so-called cultural phenomenon, basically. So that's what they're doing. They're using shaming and manipulation tactics. Somebody says all women date up when the situation fits itself. Exactly. Oh, God, I want to point this out too. All right. I did a podcast. Shot my man Travelversity. I did a it's like a podcast slash kind of, it's not necessarily a vlog, but it's an interview. What I wanted to do was kind of show you guys and kind of get out. We were doing the Bros podcast. We was on the couch. We was chopping up. But I kind of wanted to show you guys, more of the surroundings. I want to get outside the apartment a little bit because, I'm in here during the lives. So I kind of want to show you guys the atmosphere and all of that. Show you the backgrounds, some of these locations that I'm in. But this is the podcast I did with Travelversity. All right, I'll show you a little bit, get a clip of that. All right, y'all saw my little highlight, right? Y'all saw my little highlights. All right. So apparently, this guy's going around, they joking on your boy, talking about, hey man, did BMT show you his little highlights? But yeah, that was me and my little highlights right there. People say I travel, but I didn't travel. Man, so we rolling up on my man Travelversity right now. Worldwide traveler in the building. Up in here. All right, family. So today I got a really good friend of mine, bro. He's been with me in these travel streets for some years now.
Yeah, yes, sir.
We linked up in Colombia for the very first time at Sweet, Georgia.
Yeah.
Out there in Medellin, Colombia. Now we've been all over the world, and I credit Travelversity for getting me pretty much to move around a little bit. I was expatting in Medellin, Colombia. And, he started moving around. He was like, I'm going. I'm like, why you leaving Medellin, bro? Like, what are you doing? Like, it can't get no better than this.
Right.
But then my man went to Brazil and he was hitting me with the with the reports, you know what I'm saying, the boots on the ground.
Yeah.
And he's sending me videos of him on the beach. I'm like, well, wait a minute. But what's going on, man? What's good with you, bro? Yeah, it's good old days, man. He don't blow up on YouTube now, so you know he don't really holler at his boy no more.
That's cat.
I'm just joking. We talk about it. I'm just joking. But so yeah, man, what's been good with you, bro?
Man, I've been chilling, man. Just, you know what I'm saying, moving and shaking, trying to get out the best content as possible right now. So that's really been it, man. He left us. He the one that told me about going.
Hold on.
You'll have a great time out here.
It was still, because I remember.
So it was a real dope interview, man, and podcast. We did some throwback clips. Me and Travelversity, we kind of met in 2021, I believe. So we had content. We were doing content together. I was like one of the first people to tell him, hey man, start a YouTube channel. This is a dope lifestyle. People want to see it. So shout out to him and all his success. That's when we started out in Medellin, Colombia. So we talked about Medellin, talked about Rio, we talked about the DR in Sosua, and we talked about, of course, Thailand. So guys, make sure to check out that video. Really good information. It answers a lot of the main questions a lot of guys are asking about the Passport Bro lifestyle. I will give a shout out to my man at your wife's house all day. So this was a good video. Ja definitely inspired a lot of bros to move abroad for a better life. All right, the hashtag the Bros podcast. Shout out to my man Zoo Travels, man. So come back to Medellin, BMT. I'll give Medellin a break, man, but I will be back probably later on this year. All right.
Colombia is dope. The culture is dope. The people are dope. The women, beautiful. The cost of living. It's just so many different things out here that is just lit. You know, everything you see people talking about is true. It's not sweet, of course. There's things going on. You know, people get drugged. It's not sweet. But if you stay on your toes and you keep your bearings about yourself, you'll have a great time out here.
It was still, because I remember when I first got there, they was still locked down in Medellin. Like, it was still locked down. So
all right. So like I said before, guys, make sure to check out that last podcast we did with Travelversity. Really dope video. We did a part 1 and a part 2. The part 2 mainly talked about the Passport Bros and the beginning of the Passport Bros, the lifestyle of being a Passport Bro. Part 1, we talk about the transition from Colombia to Brazil to Thailand. All right. Once again, guys, it's been another great show. All right, we're gonna go ahead and tune on out. Jay Clyde, I told him not to let BMT return. All right, guys, we are out, man. Thanks for taking thanks for pulling up to the show. We out. Peace.